For 8 years they forgot to invite him to Christmas. Every year, same excuse. Oh, we thought someone else told you. The invitation must have gotten lost. We figured you were busy. Then his brother posted photos online. The whole family at the cabin, laughing, opening gifts. His brother's caption, "Best Christmas ever with the real family." He called his real estate agent that morning. "Buy the cabin, whatever it costs." His name was Marcus Sullivan, 42 years old in 2007, senior software engineer at IBM, made $180,000 a year, single, no kids, lived in a nice condo in Raleigh, North Carolina, by most measures successful, by his family's measures the black sheep. Marcus came from a tight-knit family. At least they were tight-knit with each other. His parents, Donald and Patricia Sullivan, still lived in the same house in Asheville where Marcus and his siblings grew up. His older brother Derek, 45, lived 10 minutes away with his wife and 3 kids. His younger sister, Nicole, 38, lived 15 minutes away with her husband and 2 kids. And then there was Marcus, 2 hours away in Raleigh, unmarried, no kids, career-focused, the one who got away, the one who didn't quite fit the family mold. It hadn't always been that way. Growing up, Marcus was close with his siblings. They'd spent summers at the family cabin on Lake James, a small place, 2 bedrooms, right on the water. Their grandfather had built it in 1962. It had been in the family for 45 years. Every summer, every holiday, the whole family would gather there, fishing, swimming, barbecues. It was the center of their family life. But something changed after Marcus went to college. He'd gone to NC State, studied computer science, got into tech. His siblings had stayed local. Derek became a car salesman. Nicole was a dental hygienist. Both married young, had kids young, stayed close to home. Marcus's career took him to different cities. First Charlotte, then a year in California, then back to North Carolina in Raleigh. He visited when he could, but work was demanding. He missed some family events, some birthdays, a couple Thanksgivings. His family started making comments. "Must be nice to be too important for family. I guess we're not successful enough for Marcus anymore." "Remember when Marcus actually showed up to things?" Marcus tried to explain. "I'm building a career. I have deadlines. I can't just take off whenever I want." "Derek manages to show up," his mother would say. "Nicole never misses anything. They live 10 minutes away. I'm 2 hours away." "That's a choice you made. The distance grew. Not just geographical, emotional. His family formed a tight unit in Asheville. Derek and Nicole's kids played together. Their spouses became friends. Donald and Patricia babysat constantly. It was a closed circle, and Marcus was outside it. Then came Christmas 1999. Marcus was 34, single, working long hours on a major project at work. He assumed, like every year, that Christmas would be at his parents' house. He'd taken December 24th and 25th off, planned to drive to Asheville Christmas Eve morning. December 23rd, he called his mother to confirm timing. "Hi, Mom, what time should I head up tomorrow?" Silence. Then, "Marcus, Christmas is at the cabin this year. Didn't Derek tell you?" "No, nobody told me." "What time should I be there?" Another pause. "Oh, honey, I'm sorry. We already have the sleeping arrangements set. There's no room. We figured you'd be too busy anyway." "Mom, I took time off. I'm not too busy. I want to come." "Well, it's all planned now. The cabin only sleeps 8 comfortably. With Derek's family and Nicole's family and your father and me, we're at capacity, maybe next year." Marcus felt like he'd been slapped. "You're telling me the day before Christmas that I'm not invited?" "We thought Derek told you it was cabin only this year." "It's not personal, Marcus. It's just logistics." It felt personal. Marcus spent Christmas 1999 alone in his apartment, ordered Chinese food, watched TV. It was the loneliest Christmas of his life. The next year, 2000, the same thing happened, sort of. This time he got a call from Nicole on December 20th. Hey, Marcus, just wanted to let you know we're doing Christmas at the cabin again. I know you probably can't make it with your work schedule, but wanted to give you a heads up. I can make it. I have the time off. Oh, well, I mean, there's not really room. We've got all the kids and... Nicole, it's the family cabin. I'm family. I know, but it's complicated. Mom and Dad are getting older. They like having the grandkids there. It's kind of become a tradition, just the local family. The local family. You know what I mean? The people who are around. Marcus didn't go, didn't fight it, spent Christmas alone again. Same thing, no invitation, just an assumption he wouldn't come. Same. By 2004, Marcus stopped expecting an invitation. Christmas became something other people did. He'd volunteer to work the holiday, let co-workers with kids have the time off. It was easier than thinking about his family gathered at the cabin without him. His friends noticed. Marcus, why don't you ever go home for Christmas? My family does a cabin thing. No room for their own son and brother. It's complicated. It was 2007 when everything came to a head. 8 years of excluded Christmases, 8 years of being the forgotten one, 8 years of watching his family post photos online, all of them together, captions like "Family is everything" and "Blessed to have these people." December 26, 2007, Marcus was scrolling through Facebook, saw Derek had posted an album, Christmas 2007 at the cabin. 43 photos, the whole family, Derek's 3 kids opening presents, Nicole's 2 kids playing in the snow, Donald and Patricia in matching sweaters looking happy, the Christmas tree, the decorations, the big family dinner, and the caption on the final photo, a group shot of everyone on the cabin porch. Best Christmas ever with the real family. So grateful for the people who actually show up, the real family. Marcus read that line 10 times. The real family. The implication was clear. Marcus wasn't real family because he didn't show up, never mind that he was never invited. He commented on the photo. Looks great. Would have been nice to be invited, Derek responded an hour later. You're always invited, Marcus. You just never come. Stop playing victim. Nicole chimed in. Seriously, Marcus, we'd love to see you. But you're always too busy with your important job, his mother added. Marcus, honey, you know you're always welcome. We just assumed you had other plans. Marcus deleted Facebook that night, but the damage was done. The real family. He wasn't part of it. He spent that entire week between Christmas and New Year thinking about 8 years of exclusion, about the cabin that was supposedly for the whole family, but only seemed to have room for some of the family, about his grandfather who'd built that cabin, who'd told Marcus stories there, who'd taught him to fish off that dock. The cabin wasn't just a building, it was the symbol of everything he'd been cut out of. And then Marcus had an idea. The cabin didn't belong to his parents, it belonged to his grandfather's estate. When Grandfather Sullivan died in 1995, he'd left the cabin in a trust. Donald, as the oldest son, was the trustee. He had the right to use it and maintain it, but he didn't own it outright. The trust stipulated that the cabin would be sold upon Donald's death, with proceeds split equally among all grandchildren. That meant Derek, Marcus, Nicole, and 2 cousins who lived out of state. But there was a clause. Any grandchild could buy out the trust early if they wanted. They'd have to pay fair market value, and the money would be split among the other beneficiaries. Marcus called a real estate attorney on January 2, 2008. I want to buy out my share of a family trust and acquire full ownership of the property. What do I need to do? The attorney walked him through it. Get the property appraised. Make an offer to the trust. If the trustee refused, Marcus could petition the court to force the sale. The law was on his side. Beneficiaries have the right to liquidity. Marcus hired an appraiser. The cabin and land were valued at $340,000. There were 5 beneficiaries. Marcus's share was $68,000. To buy out everyone else, he'd need to pay $272,000. Marcus had the money. He'd been saving for years, had about $400,000 in investments and savings. He could write a check today. He sent a formal letter to his father, the trustee, on January 15th. Dear Dad, as a beneficiary of the Sullivan Family Trust, I'm exercising my right to purchase the Lake James cabin property. I've had it appraised at $340,000. I'm offering $272,000 to buy out the other 4 beneficiaries' shares, leaving me as sole owner. Please respond within 30 days. His father called him that same day, furious. Marcus, what the hell is this? It's a buyout offer. I want to own the cabin. You can't just buy the cabin. It's the family cabin. It's a trust asset, Dad, and I'm a beneficiary. I have the legal right to do this. This is ridiculous. You never even come to the cabin. Because I'm never invited. You're always invited. Dad, I haven't been to a family Christmas in 8 years. Every year I'm told there's no room, that you assumed I was busy. Derek literally posted that Christmas was for the real family. I'm done being the outsider. If I own the cabin, I don't need an invitation. Marcus, you can't do this. This cabin has been in our family for 45 years. And it'll stay in the family. My family, me. I'm not approving this sale. Then I'll petition the court to force it, and I'll win. The trust law is clear. You're not allowed to deny a beneficiary's buyout request without cause, and I don't want to isn't cause. Donald hung up on him. 3 days later, Marcus got a call from Derek. Marcus, what are you doing? Dad called me about this cabin thing. You're trying to steal it? I'm not stealing anything. I'm buying it, legally, and paying everyone their fair share. It's not about the money. It's about the family. Then where was my invitation the last 8 Christmases? Oh, my God, are you still on that? Marcus, grow up. You're not invited because you're a downer. You're negative. You make everything about you. Nobody wants to be around that energy during the holidays. Marcus was quiet for a moment. I'm a downer. Yeah, you are. Everything is always about how hard your life is, how busy you are, how successful you are. It's exhausting. We have more fun without you. Then you should be happy I'm buying the cabin. You won't have to see me there. That's not what I... Look, Marcus, if you do this, you're out of this family. You understand that? You'll be done. I've been done for 8 years, Derek. I'm just making it official. Derek hung up. Nicole called next, crying. Marcus, please don't do this. The cabin is where we make memories with our kids. You're going to take that away from them? Nicole, I've been systematically excluded from this family for almost a decade. I tried to be part of it. I tried to come to Christmas. I was told there was no room for me. There's always room. You just have to ask. I shouldn't have to beg for an invitation to family Christmas. Marcus, please, I'm begging you. Don't take the cabin. We'll do better. We'll include you, I promise. You had 8 years to include me. This is happening. She hung up crying. His mother called last, cold, formal. Marcus, your father and I are very disappointed in you. This is selfish and vindictive. Mom, you told me there was no room for me at family Christmas for 8 years. Because you never made an effort. You live 2 hours away and act like it's across the country. Derek and Nicole are here all the time. They help us. They bring the grandkids over. They're present. You send a card twice a year and think that's enough. I called every week. I visited when I could. I tried. Not hard enough, and now you're punishing us by taking the cabin. I'm not punishing anyone. I'm buying a property I'm entitled to. Everyone gets paid. It's fair. It's cruel, and if you do this, don't expect to be welcome at family events anymore. I haven't been welcome for 8 years. This won't change anything. She hung up. Marcus's father refused to approve the sale, so Marcus petitioned the court just like his attorney said he would. The hearing was in March 2008. Marcus, his attorney, his father, and his father's attorney all appeared before a judge. Marcus's attorney presented the case. Your Honor, my client is a beneficiary of the Sullivan Family Trust. The trust document clearly allows any beneficiary to request a buyout of trust assets at fair market value. Mr. Marcus Sullivan has had the property professionally appraised and is offering full fair market value. The trustee has refused without legal cause. His father's attorney argued, "Your Honor, this cabin has been in the Sullivan family for 45 years. It's not just an asset, it's a family gathering place. Forcing this sale would destroy family traditions and relationships." The judge read through the trust document, looked up at Donald. "Mr. Sullivan, as trustee, do you have a legal reason to deny this buyout request? Not an emotional reason, a legal one." Donald hesitated. "It's the family cabin, Your Honor. It's supposed to stay in the family." "It will stay in the family. It'll belong to your son. Do you have a legal reason to block this?" "No, Your Honor." "Then the buyout is approved. Mr. Marcus Sullivan is authorized to purchase the property for $272,000, with proceeds distributed to the other 4 beneficiaries. You have 60 days to complete the transaction." On May 1st, 2008, Marcus Sullivan became the sole owner of the Lake James cabin. He wired $272,000 to the trust. Each of the other 4 beneficiaries received $68,000. Derek got a check, Nicole got a check, the 2 out-of-state cousins got checks. Everyone was paid. But Marcus's family didn't see it as getting paid. They saw it as losing their cabin. Derek sent him one text: "You're dead to me." Nicole sent an email: "I hope you're happy. You've destroyed this family over a building." His mother sent a card: "We are removing you from the family trust, the will, and all family communications. You are no longer our son." His father didn't send anything, just signed the deed transfer and never spoke to Marcus again. Marcus spent that first summer at the cabin alone, repaired the dock his grandfather had built, repainted the shutters, replaced the old furniture. He turned it into his retreat, his peace. He didn't invite his family. They'd made it clear they didn't want to be around him. In December 2008, Marcus spent Christmas at the cabin. First time in 8 years he'd been there for Christmas. He was alone, but it felt better than being excluded. He took a photo of himself on the porch, holding a coffee cup, snow falling, posted it to Facebook with the caption, "First Christmas at my cabin. Finally found where I belong." Derek, Nicole, and his parents had all unfriended him, but mutual friends saw it, messaged him. "Wait, you bought the family cabin?" "Yeah." "Good for you, man." Years passed. Marcus kept the cabin, went there most weekends, sometimes brought friends, sometimes went alone. It became his sanctuary. In 2012, 4 years after the purchase, Nicole reached out, an email. "Marcus, I know we haven't talked in a long time, and I know things ended badly, but I wanted you to know that I've been thinking about what happened, about how we treated you, and I'm sorry. We were wrong to exclude you, wrong to act like you weren't part of the family. I don't expect you to forgive me, but I wanted you to know I'm sorry." Marcus wrote back, "Thank you for the apology. I appreciate it. Do you think maybe we could visit sometime? I'd like my kids to know their uncle." Marcus thought about it for a long time. Part of him wanted to say no, wanted to keep the cabin as his space, unspoiled by the family that had rejected him. But another part of him, the part that still remembered being kids at that cabin, swimming and fishing and laughing, that part said yes. "You can visit, but Nicole, I need you to understand something. This is my cabin now, my space. If you visit, you're my guest. You don't get to act like this is still the family cabin where you have equal say. This is mine. I'm willing to share it, but only on my terms." "I understand." Nicole and her family visited that summer. It was awkward at first. Her husband didn't know what to say. Her kids were shy around this uncle they barely knew. But by the end of the weekend, some of the old connection was there. They visited again the next summer, and the summer after that. Derek never reached out. Neither did their parents. In 2015, Marcus's father died. Heart attack. He was 71. The funeral was in Asheville. Marcus debated going. Finally decided he would. Not for his father, but to pay respects to the man his father used to be. He sat in the back at the funeral. Derek saw him, looked away. Nicole nodded at him, sad smile. His mother didn't acknowledge him at all. After the funeral, at the reception, Nicole pulled him aside. "Thank you for coming. He was still my father. He regretted it, you know, the way things ended. He wouldn't say it out loud, but I know he did." "Did he?" "Mom showed me his journal after he died. He wrote about you, about the cabin, about how he wished he'd handled it differently, but he was too proud to reach out." "That sounds like Dad." "Marcus, I know Mom won't say it, and Derek definitely won't, but I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you bought the cabin. You were right. We treated you terribly. You deserved better." Marcus's mother died in 2017. Cancer. Again, Marcus went to the funeral. Again sat in the back. This time Nicole sat with him. After the funeral, she told him, "Derek's struggling financially. The car business hasn't been good. He's bitter about a lot of things, but mostly about the cabin. He thinks if you hadn't bought it, he could have borrowed against it or sold it to cover his debts. It was never his to borrow against or sell. I know, but he doesn't see it that way." Derek never reconciled with Marcus. They saw each other at Nicole's kids' weddings, at family funerals, but never spoke. Derek still believed Marcus had stolen something from him. But Nicole and Marcus rebuilt their relationship slowly, carefully. Her kids grew up visiting Uncle Marcus at the cabin, swimming off the same dock their great-grandfather had built, hearing the same stories Marcus had heard as a kid. In 2023, Marcus turned 58. He'd owned the cabin for 15 years. It was paid off, well-maintained, and full of new memories, good memories. Nicole's daughter got engaged, asked if she could have her wedding reception at the cabin. "It's the most beautiful place I know, Uncle Marcus." Marcus said yes. 75 people came to that wedding reception, Nicole's whole family, friends, extended relatives. It was loud and joyful and full of life. Derek wasn't invited. Nicole had tried, but Derek had refused. "I'm not celebrating anything at that cabin while Marcus owns it." At the reception, Nicole gave a toast. "My Uncle Marcus owns this cabin, and some people in our family thought that was a betrayal. But I've learned something over the years. Marcus didn't take this cabin from us. We gave it up when we excluded him from our family. He just made it official, and he's been gracious enough to let us back in. So thank you, Uncle Marcus, for being the bigger person." Everyone raised their glasses. Marcus stood on that porch watching the party and thought about his grandfather, the man who'd built this place with his own hands, who'd wanted it to be a place where family gathered. It had taken 15 years, but it finally was. Just not the family Marcus had started with. A new family, a chosen family, the people who actually showed up, the man who was excluded from Christmas for 8 years, who was told he wasn't the real family, who bought the cabin they all wanted and became the sole owner, who was disowned by his parents and brother but rebuilt a relationship with his sister, who turned a place of rejection into a place of belonging. Sometimes the family you're born into isn't the family you end up with. Sometimes being excluded is the push you need to build something better. Sometimes the best revenge isn't revenge at all. It's success and peace and taking what's yours. And now you know the rest of the story. Paul Harvey, good day.